Hello everybody and welcome to your daily edition of NUFC latest news here on It's All Black and White TV. If you do like what you see, then please do smash that like. It really does help keep the channel towards the top of the search and means people can find it more easily. Also, if you're brand new at the channel, then come and smash the subscribe. Come and join this great community. That is free to do so. And that bell notification lets you know when we're live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows. If you do want to become a member, it is 99p per month, so just click the join button and be entered in the future monthly draws. Also, if you want to make a donation to the channel, you can do that by hitting the $sign via the super chat, super thanks, super sticker option as well. So there we go. Right, let's get into some news. Right, so we saw the weekend this news was coming out that we don't know how true it is. This was according to Italian media that we've placed an £82 million bid for this guy, Kvaratskhelia. Now then, how true this is, we do not know. Again, it was just reported by them. Now, Twitter went into a bit of a meltdown last night, which forced Keith Downey to actually come out and say, look, because Sky actually put on their thing, on their transfer centre, that we'd put the bid in. And Keith Downey was right. He had to come out and say something. And what he did say was, look, they don't know how true it is. At the end of the day, it was just something Sky reported because it was reported from Italian media. But we know the meltdown that happened on Twitter, everybody was out like, oh, yeah, look, it must be real because it's on Sky. No, Sky were only put out there from what came out from Italy. Same as what I do. If we got any links or whatever, I just put them out there. It's not to say we are signing them. It's just a link at the end of the day. And that's all Sky did. But it just sent Twitter into a frenzy last night. So again, look, I still don't think this deal will happen. I really don't. But if it does happen, it's a fantastic deal. But I don't think it's going to happen in all honesty. But again, we just have to wait and see on that one. One thing we have learned is about Harvey Barnes of Leicester again. Now, this is rumbling on. And this is a deal we need to get either wrapped up or whatever we're doing with it. We don't know what's happening with this deal. It is being reported now that West Ham are now looking at getting in for Harvey Barnes. Could West Ham come in ahead of us with a deal? Yes, they could do. Because he could go and offer a bit more money and Leicester could say, do you know what, we'll take that offer. That would then put us under pressure to put an offer in for him. The club our club obviously value him at 35 million. Leicester value him at 50 million. Bit of a £15 million difference, but if you don't bargain, you don't get these deals coming down in price. According to his representatives, he wants the Newcastle move. But again, it'll boil down to who puts the money up. Yes, I know we got to be careful with FFP, and probably that's why we're lowballing with our £35 million offer. But again, it's one that's rumbling on. It's one to keep an eye on. So we will see what happens. I'm sure it'll take its course. There's still plenty of time to go in the transfer window, but obviously we do want to get some signings in. We don't want this just to rumble on, because it would be nice to have a signing or two in before the USA trip, and it means these players can start getting gelled in. So that's the state of play we have on that one. Now, there's another rumour going around about this man, Moussa Diaby. And again, it is only a rumour. We don't know how true it is. But apparently his representatives have approached Newcastle asking, are they going in for him, and, do they want to get Moussa Diaby? Now, the word coming from that is Newcastle have said no, they don't want him, which is very interesting. But again, how true that is, we do not know. That could just be a total rumour. We do not know how true that is. But that is according to some media sources. We know we are leading the race for this guy, and talks, the Jungle Drums are beating a little bit stronger on this one by the sounds of things, according to the media. It looks like, obviously we are in the lead for this guy because obviously, as we know, Man United have got to sell. They've got to get rid of Harry Maguire first of all. But we are leading the race for this guy. And I think if we're getting him in, let's try and get this wrapped up as soon as possible. Still no confirmation that we've offered AS Monaco anything yet. But again, it could be down to the fact that clubs are talking. So again, who knows? We'll wait and see what happens on this one. We do know with Man United to strip Maguire of his captaincy. And it looks like West Ham are going in for Harry Maguire as well. So good luck to them taking Maguire and at West Ham United. But again, you may go to West Ham and play and be a blinder every week. So who knows? But again, I wouldn't want him anywhere near our club. Now look, we're seeing reports coming out from. We also are seeing reports coming out the fact that Eddie Howe is looking at getting another couple of players in on loan, and it happens to be it's coming from Saudi Arabia and it's from one of the PIF-owned clubs. So Eddie Howe is reportedly, and this is, again, these are just rumours. We don't know how true. We don't know how true these rumours are. They could be just spin for all we know. It could be just the club spinning rumours out as well. To put people off their scent. Right. So the rumours are that Eddie Howe is actually asked if we can get Ruben Neves. Yeah, you heard it there. Ruben Neves and Roberto Firmino on loan. So he's inquired if we can have them two on loan. Now there's nothing to say we can't take them on loan. Yes, piff on them clubs. But again, it's not breaking any rules by taking those players on loan. We see with Chelsea, they're buying players and they're loaning them to their second club, Strasbourg. So, again, yes, people will look at it and say, oh, yeah, we go Newcastle are loaning players from Saudi because, they're buying them and then they're loaning them out to Newcastle. But there's nothing they can do about it. We can see the meltdown now coming in the media. If they did come in on loan, Neves and Firmino, I think that would be two great signings to add strength and depth to the squad. Also, Firmino is Champions League proven as well, so he's got the experience in the Champions League. And so again, that's another rumour going around. How true that is, we do not know. But again, we will wait and see on that one and see what develops from that. But again, it's an interesting one, that's for sure. I do get your thoughts in on that. I wasn't sure if they were allowed to do it or not, but I look and I think, well, I don't think there's any ruling against it. We've seen it happen in the past before. We've seen it with Man City when they wanted to sign Lampard and Chelsea wouldn't let them. And then he went to New York City, which is actually owned by Man City. And then Man City got him from there on loan. So it's not the first time it's happened where owners own other clubs and they bring that player in on loan. So again, that's one to watch. And, thing is, these players have gone to Saudi Arabia not on high fees, but they've gone on high wages because obviously they know the money's there. That's why. As in terms of outgoings, we're still waiting to hear things like for Carl Darlow. I mean, look, we've got to trim the goalkeeping department down because we've got too many keepers there, and we know Darlow's going to be surplus to requirements anyway. So again, we need to start shipping him out the door. Some other transfer news that's interesting is we were looking at Joachim Andersen from Crystal Palace. Now apparently Tottenham Hotspur are in for him. Palace value him at around 50 million quid. Now then, if we're going to go in for Disasi, who is £34 million, we know Eddie Howe's a fan of Joachim Andersen. But if we're going in for Disasi, one, he's 2 years younger than Joachim Andersen, and two, he'll cost a lot less than Joachim Andersen. Joachim Andersen's not a bad centre-half, but if there was a choice between him and DeSarcy, I would rather have DeSarcy through the door than Joachim Andersen. So again, we just wait on that one to see what happens. But is £50 million about the right price for Joachim Andersen? I'm not so sure. That could just be British clubs charging high prices again. As we know, when you go abroad for a player, it's cheaper to buy a player from abroad than it is in this country. We just look at Declan Rice. I mean, talking about that Declan Rice transfer, I mean, look, £105 million. But did you see the absolute palaver of unveiling him? I mean, it was just absolutely ridiculous. They had dancers outside the Emirates, and then the way they brought, and I was just like, what on earth is all this crap, I mean, look, yes, we all have these videos, and the videos we do are brilliant that we do at our club, but, would our club embarrass ourselves to go down the road of putting dancers outside the stadium? I don't think they would, to be honest. And then obviously they handed him a red box, and he opened the box, and there was his shirt. But again, it is what it is. It's one of those. A lot of people laughed at it with Arsenal, and but every club has their own way of unveiling a player, and if that's the way Arsenal want to do it, then that's fair enough for Arsenal. But I just found it a little bit too much and too cringy, in all honesty. But again, we don't know. Now, there's a lot of rumours still circling about ESM. Now, I said, let's keep him. But again, the rumours of him going to Saudi are not going away. And this is the thing. So again, could he still be a Newcastle player by the time we play Aston Villa at home in our first game of the season? That remains to be seen. Now, I've said, yes, I want to keep him because I think he could do well for us in the Champions League. But again, we'll just have to wait and see what develops on this. But again, as I say, the Saudi rumours are just not going away for this guy, and so we'll just have to wait and see what happens on that one. And apart from that, there's not much more I can really give you this morning, apart from the fact that we travelled to Rangers for tomorrow night for a friendly, testimonial for Alan McGregor. So that's going to be a good match tomorrow night. So I see Newcastle playing a strong line-up because obviously they want to win the game. And he's already stated he doesn't do dead rubbers. He doesn't do dead games. They are winnable games. They are winning games at the end of the game. And winning breeds confidence, and I can see why he wants to win games. Rightly so, he got upset at half-time against Gateshead, and we came out a different side in the second half. The conditions weren't great with the rain and the thunder and lightning and things like that. Let's hope it's a little bit drier tomorrow night at Ibrox, and it should be a cracking game, and 8,000 Newcastle fans up there as well. And I'm glad to sell out for him as well, for Alan McGregor, because these testimonials should be a sellout, and and it's a good way of making money for these charities that Alan McGregor has chosen. So yeah, well done to everybody getting there and making it a sellout. If you are travelling to Glasgow, do be safe as well, and have a safe journey. Right, okay, so I'm coming to the end of the show, but if you have enjoyed it, then please do smash that like. It does help keep the channel towards top of the search. Also, if you're brand new at the channel, then please come and smash the subscribe. Free to do so. Come and join this great community. And also the bell notification. That tells you when I'm live, have a pre-record or any upcoming shows. I probably will be back with a show tonight, so do keep an eye out for that one, especially if you've hit the bell. You should be notified. If when you do push that bell, just check on your phone settings with your notifications to make sure you're definitely switched on from YouTube as well, so that you do get your notification through as well. All that leaves me to say is, remember, the future's bright. The future is definitely black and white. And enjoy your day, whatever you're doing, whether you're on holiday, at work, just enjoy your day. And until then, I'll see you later. And it's how are the lads.